Hey, Mo Broset here with Brute Force Training. Before I get into this video about the 5 common mistakes I see done incorrectly all the time with a sandbag, if you like this video, please like it, comment below, subscribe, and if you know somebody that could benefit from this information, please share it with them. So here we go. The first of the 5 things that I see done incorrectly are people tend to overfill their primary filler. Now, regardless of what size you have, this is our athlete sandbag filler. You want to fill the bag up just over 3/4 of the way full. Now, the reason you do that is when you're throwing the sandbag, you're working out with a sandbag. The contents inside, whether it's rubber mulch and steel shot, which is what I have in here, or if you're using sand or whatever, it's going to get displaced. But if you have the bag filled to the top and it's overfilled, basically, when you drop the bag, you slam it in a repetitive motion. Over time, it does not have the ability to displace inside that bag. And I'm telling you right now, friends, there's no man-made product that can handle that without breaking. So it's going to start tearing at the seams. It's going to start leaking. So make sure that when you fill this bag, you fill it about 3/4 of the way, maybe just a little bit more. All right. Now, what that will do also, if you get the bag like, man, I really wish I had more weight in it, and you're using just sand, that's where you can use a combination of rubber mulch and steel shot, because the steel is a lot denser to get to your desired weight. But make sure you're not overfilling your primary filler. And that goes true with any type of sand kettlebell or anything like that as well. Second thing I see you done wrong all the time is that people grip these neutral handles incorrectly when they're doing specifically a clean and a press. What's done incorrectly I see is that people will choke up on these handles thinking that that's going to help them. So watch what happens when I do this. So if I have this bag and I choke up on it, when I do my clean and I bring it up here, all the weight and the resistance is at the bottom of my hand, which is creating more tension, and it's going to take me away from my ability to press up in a clean fashion, and it's quite uncomfortable as well. So what I see people do as well when they're in this grip is once you're here, they tend to turn the handles out. This is what I see done all the time. So let's start over again. Let's say, just for example, I grab the right in the center, but as I come up with my clean and I get underneath it, I automatically do this. And then when I go to do an overhead press, you see how my palms are facing forward like I'm holding a barbell grip? It's an uneven load on my hands, and it's quite uncomfortable. And what that's going to end up doing is it's going to compromise your technique and form. So what we want to be able to do with the bag instead is when I grab it right in the center and I clean my bag up, keeping the bag close to my body, you'll notice that with a proper grip, the straps of this handle sit right on my knuckles as if I'm throwing a punch. You'll also notice that my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder are in alignment, which means I'm not out here trying to press the bag. Because again, if I push up like this is putting a lot of stress on my anterior delt, my shoulders, versus when I'm in a neutral position and the straps are where they should be, and I do an overhead press, I'm essentially relaxing my hands because the strap is following along the kinetic chain of knuckles, wrist, elbow, shoulder, all the way down the line. So make sure when you're grabbing the bag, you grab it right here in the center, and that when you come up, that bag sits on your knuckles. You should again be able to loosen your grip and press up, and that bag stays exactly where it started. Another thing done incorrectly is, and this is specifically when you're doing things like a snatch or a clean and press, is it you lose the tension in the bag. So what I don't want to do is, let's change the grip for a second. So I'm going to go with this grip and I'm going to do a snatch. What I don't want to do is punch into the bag and then go and come up, because that little bit of stop right there, that is stopping my upward trajectory and momentum, and it's also displacing my energy and where my core is. So what I want to do, just as if I had a barbell, I'm going to take the tension out of the bag first, and it's going to remain there for however many reps I'm doing. So as I drive up and I catch the bag, when I bring it back down, I don't go here. I keep it here, and the rep looks something like this. Snatch, down, tension, up, and then back down. So make sure whatever you're doing, whether it's that or it's this handle, that you don't allow the laxity in those handles to take place while you're doing the movement. The other thing I see done wrong is that, understand this, you're working with an unstable object. This thing is designed to not be even from the left side to the right side. But what people tend to do, they come into the bag, they grab it, and they try to shake it, and they shift it, and they try to make it balanced. Don't do that. One of the big perks, benefits, and reasons that you're working out with this unstable loaded object is to have an imbalance in the weight distribution. Just like in life, outside of using a fixed barbell or a set of dumbbells or a set of kettlebells, nothing is going to be fixed, and there is really no balance. So what I would tell you to do is understand that it's just going to feel heavier on one side. So just again, I'm going to do some cleans. And I grab it, I clean, and I notice, it's a little bit heavier on my right side. Okay, now I'm driving, I'm working my core, I'm making sure I'm staying balanced, I'm not shifting. So what I do is, when I'm done with that set, flip the bag over. Now when I come back to it, it's going to be a little bit heavier and a little bit more awkward on my left side. But that again is the benefit of the instability of the load, okay? So just make sure that's what you're doing and you're not wasting time and energy trying to balance it out, because that's not the point. One of the last things, and there are a bunch of things, but for right now, the last thing that I see done incorrectly is that people try to match the load and the volume that they use or do when they're doing standard steel weights, barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells. Understand again that with the instability of the load that's in your bag, it is taxing your nervous system more. It's creating what's called a neurological, it's increasing neurological capacity. So you're challenging your nervous system, you're challenging all the stabilizers, you're challenging your core a lot more. So you can effectively get as much done with less reps and sets. And also, let's say that I have a 100-pound barbell that I can do cleans with. You can't do that same thing with a dense dead weight. So you're going to need to drop the weight significantly when you start doing any sort of power movements with a sandbag or any other type of unstable load. Okay, and just understand that yes, you can get to that level of strength if you want to when you're ready, but don't try to match what you did with steel. Okay, and last thing, a little bonus for you, it comes down to your mindset. A lot of people have a misconception and they say, well, the sandbag, it's just hard, it sucks, this is challenging. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to challenge you in different ways. It's supposed to challenge your mind, your nervous system, your body, your core, your balance, all those things, because that's what it takes to make you better. So when you approach working out with a sandbag, a sand kettlebell, a slosh pipe, any sort of unstable object, understand that it's going to find your weaknesses and pull those out in order to make you stronger. So your attitude around this stuff is going to make a world of difference. Okay, so those are the things I want to talk to you about today. Again, if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe, share this with somebody else. We'll see you soon.